What's going on, guys? Been a while since I've been on here, and I've been super busy trying to build a lead generation agency, and I've been working hard to make all that work. Definitely not where I want it to, I'll say to where I want it to be, but I am working hard to make that work. And I just wanted to hop on here and really talk about a couple of things in this video. This is kind of off the cuff, but really just want to give you guys an update on how that's going, but then also things I've learned about myself and learned about the online business space that I think that everybody should know about and really understand. Number one, is this something that is good for you? But second of all, what's actually involved in it? How does it work? What goes through your mind and things like that. So first of all, before I go into all of that stuff, I want to tell you guys a story about me. And this is not about sympathy. This is not about anything like that. I'm a huge believer in transparency, and a huge believer in just being honest with you guys, because there's a lot of bullshit online, and that's the way it is, and there's a lot of noise, and my goal here is to just shoot it straight with you guys, right, and just tell you, what it is. Anyway, so this journey I started doing a lead generation agency back in April, and spent a lot of time, figuring the model out, how to build it, and get to that point where then I had a few clients, and then, progressing on from there. But as I was going through it, I was really, honestly, guys, like, not feeling great, and, feeling really anxious, depressed, felt like it was really overwhelming. And I'm sure maybe some of you guys have been in that spot where you've been trying something for so long, and then nothing works, and you're like, well, I've thrown everything at this and it's not working. How do I make it work? And that's tough. That's very tough. But here's the thing. It's what I've found is that consistency, showing up, doing what you need to do every day, even though it might seem not relevant, it may seem like you're going into this black hole and you don't really know how to get out of it. Bunch of stuff, right? But here's the thing that's important. I go to my doctor and I talk to them, and it turns out, who knew, that I'm very neurodivergent. And I think there's a lot of things for like business owners, and I'm not saying this as a way of like, oh yeah, like I can't run a business because of this. Like, actually, I think it's the complete opposite. I like the freedom, and I like the freedom to do what I want, and have my own stream of income that I don't need to quote unquote rely on anybody or take the instructions from anybody, right? But there's obviously things that for me, like, being diagnosed with ADHD, autism, and has no day syndrome as well, which I've went into in the other videos, which is primarily, so someone watching this video, they'd be like, holy fuck, his face looks different, right? So putting that out there. But no day syndrome and ADHD and autism, it's funny, the one thing I thought about up until just a few months ago when I was diagnosed was, I feel like I'm different, right? And I feel like I need help in terms of putting things and processes and systems in place to help me, essentially help me live a better life, right? So anyways, point being, that's what I have. Everybody's got their own shit, and that's the way it is. But how does that translate into everyday life? Like, every day, my brain goes at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's overwhelming, drives anxiety when I'm not sure things will work, or it's, I was confident or tried a lot of things and it didn't work, and then, it didn't work, and there's a lot there. But long story short, this online business, or business in general, is not for everybody. There's a lot of relying on yourself and really betting on yourself that you can do it no matter what happens, no matter what's thrown your way. And that's what, you need to believe in yourself. Like, that's what it is. I still struggle with it to this date. There was something I was about to work on, and then I just decided to record this video because I'd not done content in a while. And, where things are at with the lead generation is I have some clients and I'm really kind of struggling to get results for those clients. And when I say results, I mean consistently booking them calls, consistently getting them, a reliable sales pipeline, I guess. But nobody, or not a lot of people in these stages online business, they'll tell you after the fact that, yeah, I went through it all, right? Like, I had clients leading me, I had clients firing me, I went into debt, I did this. I'm telling you lies right now on this video that I am struggling a lot with the lead generation agency. I have someone, on my team, which has been a tremendous help, and to get a different perspective on things. This looks really cool, by the way, this background. But anyway, this is not CGI, this is actually, this is real, right? I'm on the 42nd floor, so it's pretty high up. But anyways, total side note. But, I feel like it's hard. And most online business models, or business models in general, are hard. And even though it might seem like it's, simple in the sense of, well, hey, I just run a laundromat, right? Like, I just open when I open and, whatever. But in this day of social media, in this day of online content, it can be challenging, right? And there's a lot of noise, right? Like, you go on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, like, noise, every single direction, right? But every single day, you have to just look at what your goals are and really look at, am I moving the needle forward? And that's the way I'm starting to look at it. That's obviously helped with the anxiety and things, because I have, challenges in my business. But every single day as I just go, Sean, did you try your best and try to move the needle forward in your business? And if the answer to that question is yes, then I'm, in my book, in my mind, winning, because that's what I'm doing. Because if you're trying your best and you're, I say pulling out all the stops, right? Some people like to say balls deep, right? Yeah, I had to get that in there. But yeah, like, sometimes people are balls deep on what they're doing, right? And I think wholeheartedly that it will come with time. And everything I've done in my life, everything that has been challenging, has been the most rewarding. And I feel like with lead generation, it's tough. It's a tough business. Macro, the market in tech is not great, which is the industry that I serve right now. And look, there's a bunch of stuff, right? And I'm rambling on in this video. This is totally unscripted, so in this life, right, we get one shot, right? We get one chance, as far as any of us know, to make our life whatever we want to make of it. And there's enough money, there's enough opportunities for every single person in this, I would say, online business space, right? There's a lot of opportunity there. And the people that are the best at it will obviously be the most successful at it. And that's the merit, right? Like, it's like, I love sports. I love sports because the merit, if you look at, like, UFC, right? You can have someone who's on top for a while, and then they get the shit kicked out of them, and they, people say, well, yeah, this person's better, this person's never been, the best of all time, they've been holding that championship for a while, but, this guy's better than them, right? And then you listen to that same fighter in the interview post-fight, or, maybe a little bit post that, and they say, well, yeah, it's part of the game, right? Like, it's all part of the game. I made a mistake, or, They were the better man on the night for whatever reason. But that's the way business works as well, right? Like, you can have a strategy going into things, like you would in a fight. But there's other factors that are also not in your control, right? If you go into a fight and the other person's, studied your stand-up game, your kicks and punches like very well, and then you try and start landing them, and then they're blocking it or they're avoiding it, and then they're taking you down, and then they're going, well, yeah, your wrestling game or your ground and pound is not as good, so I'll start taking you down, and then they'll kind of pick you apart that way. That's what business is, man. That's exactly what business is. And as a person, as a one-man show, or well, two-man show now, with someone on my team, but yourself, that you're just starting out, you're a one-person show, and the reality is you have to be able to do everything in the beginning, and I'm not saying that's easy, but what I am simply saying is the following: you have to do it enough that you can get it to a certain place, and then you need to hire for things that either one, you don't want to do, or number two, you're not good at. And then you can concentrate on the things that you want to do yourself, such as, maybe you want to do more selling, maybe you want to do what we're doing here and making content. Like, there's a bunch of shit that we can do. And I think that most people in the world, there's a lot of people who want to take a job, and, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. Because just like I said in the beginning, this is not for everybody. Those are the people that do want it and they want to try it, and they've not tried it yet, or they're thinking about the right time, like I just want to save up some more money at this job, and then I'll have this money behind me, then I can go for it. Or, for example, they might say, well, yeah, it's just not the right time. I don't really know the right business model. And, there's a bunch of different business models I want to try that I don't want to try. I have to do more research and read up on more things. And, stop. There is never a right time. There is never going to be a point when you're ready. There's never going to be a point where, you wake up one morning and go I am 100% ready to go right now, right? I got news for you. That day will never come. It will only come when you have no alternatives. I.e., the way I put it is when your back's against the wall, right? And your back's against the wall in the sense of you don't have the freaking choice anymore. You have to do it. And that is the cool shit, right? Because if you have no alternatives, if you only have a plan A and no plan B, then you're in that mindset of plan A has to work out. And it's the same I would say with lead generation. My lead generation agency is, I don't want a plan B. I have no plan B. Because I want to make this thing work so bad that I'm willing to risk more than most people to make it work. I'll be straight with you guys right now, 13 minutes into this video after I've rambled on, is I am not making a lot of money doing what I'm doing, right? This is not about a lucrative business model. This is about growing as a person. This is about growing as an individual in, on a personal level, but also on a business level, right? A few months ago, up until a few months ago, I had never taken a sales call. I had never sold anything. And now I've sold things to multiple people from multiple different backgrounds, from multiple different businesses. How did I do that? It's like going to the gym, man. It's reps, reps, reps. You have to keep doing it. And you're going to be nervous. You're going to be anxious. I have fucking autism. I literally don't like talking to people, right? Not because I hate people, but I have this thing where, it's hard for me. It drains my energy so much. And I get nervous on these. I literally sweat when I'm on sales calls. If you look at the back of my t-shirt when I'm done sitting on the back of this chair, right? I'm literally sweating, right? I'm literally sweating at the end of the sales call. And it's because of those nerves, right? And guys, all I'm trying to say is is I've had grown up 20 different surgeries on my face. I've got a club foot, so basically means my foot was kind of off to the side, like in my legs like this, my foot was like out to the side, so I had to get it kind of, a club foot is like that, so then you have to kind of get it straightened back up, so you have to go through multiple ankle surgeries to get that done. And then on top of that, I thought I had my mind, and then I didn't, because now I have, well, not now, I mean, I clearly know that I had it my whole life, but now I have like diagnosis of ADHD and autism, which generally kind of go hand in hand anyways. But what I'm saying is, if I can make an effort to do this, then you can too, right? And that's the point I'm trying to make. Is it doesn't matter, like, the internet is the greatest gift of my generation, generations after me too, and there's some generations before that believe it too, right? That this is the greatest fucking thing in history, man. This is the greatest fucking invention in history. You can, well, like, pick up your fucking laptop, right? And you can literally make a full-time living online. Whether that's business, whether that's trading, whether that's reselling, like, whatever it is, man, you can do it. And I wanted to make this video today because, number one, I haven't made one in a while. And number two, this video, I couldn't give a shit about the optimal formats for YouTube, right? Just don't care. I want to put this video out, and my goal is always just to bring value to the other person, right? Like, I'm sharing stuff that I would say are like vulnerable things that a lot of people don't talk about. Like, I'm on this, like, as like, people watching this, maybe has commented on their videos or saw other comments on the other videos where people are like, hey, not gonna lie, man, like, I don't think you have any teeth. I have teeth, right? Yeah, look, I'll wrap it up here, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you are enough. You can do this. Follow your fucking dreams and your ambitions to do whatever it is you want to do. And if that's being an executive at a Fortune 500 company, hats off to you, man. I couldn't do it, but hats off to you. If your goal is to, build your own business, like brick and mortar business, great. If your goal is to build an online service-based business like a lead generation agency, or an e-commerce kind of company, or whatever it is, right? You can do it. Take it a step at a time. Be patient with yourself. You can't learn it in a day. You can't learn it in a week. It takes months, right? And business is a risk, and the risks don't always pay off, right? But surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with people who support you. My girlfriend Deanna, don't know if you're going to be watching this, but she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. She supports me. She supports my, I don't want to say disability, but she supports the way I am as a person. She supports me in my online business ventures. She supports me in every single way. And honestly, that's a lot of the ways that I've kept going, right? Because it's easy to get caught up in, your own mind. But see, when someone's behind you, rooting for you and cheering for you, it makes a massive difference. And you just have to surround yourself with those types of people. You can probably get my email address through YouTube or whatever. Email me. If you need to be your support person, then I would do that. Not a problem. But yeah, stay hungry. Go after the things you want, man, because for too long I put this online business thing off. And anyway, I'm not going to look back on that, but anyway, one of the things I was going to mention earlier, and maybe this is the ADHD or autism or whatever, but one of the points I was trying to make in this video was that there is an abundance of opportunities there, and there's an abundance of different ways you can, build your wealth or build your business online. and you will be crippled with choices if you you know, keep researching or watching more videos. Like, eventually you have to pick one, and then when you pick one, you commit to it. And that's just the thing I did in April. 100% commitment. I went, okay, that's it. I am not looking at any other business models. This is my model. And when I did that, everything changed. I started building what I was building, and it got better. And that's what you have to do in this game. And when you, like, most, so not even just that, right? Like, if you pick the model, you commit to it, and then you start executing on it, you realize that, holy shit, there's a lot of things in this business model that are challenging. There's a lot of things in this business model that are, dare I say it, like, annoying, tedious, bunch of stuff, right? And then you realize it's hard, right? And then you try and get results, and then you're like, shit, like, this is hard to get results, But you have to remind yourself, that's where most people quit. That's where most people don't do anything, in the sense of they don't take action. The only thing that's between you and what you want to happen is your commitment, and also your grit and determination that no matter what happens there, you're going to push through it, right? Like, if you're losing 25 grand a month, like, obviously that's not a good business model, right? But if you're moderately controlling that risk and trying it, then you're winning, man. You're winning. Look, it's 22 minutes in. This is, shot on the iPhone. Apple big ups to you, But, anybody can create content, right? Anyone's got a smartphone. This is the shit that you need to do. It's the shit I've not been doing for a while. But yeah, stay blessed, stay grateful. Life is good if you look at it that way. And obviously, I don't always look at it that way due to, my neurodivergency, if that's even a word. But anyway, look, stay humble, stay grateful, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you want to comment anything about Mobius syndrome or how our face is fucked up, I fucking love you.